And a lot of people forgot that he's trained with Nick Diaz. So Tyson Fury has rolled around and learned some grappling, jiu-jitsu from one of the greatest of all time.
Let me tell you something about Andrew. This is my boy right here. You disrespect him, you're disrespecting me.
Inside fighting, shout out to Inside Fighting.
Welcome to the Fight SZN Podcast. Joined here with our MMA diehard Timmy James, our MMA casual Jesse Rowe. I'm Andrew Capucetti. What's going on, guys?
What's up, boys? Cap, pleasure to be here with you. Timmy, pleasure to be here with you as always. What's going on, guys? Very exciting.
Yeah, so Dana White announced some big fights this week, as you know, as he always does. He's been going on Instagram Live, and he'll do like these 30-minute specials. He announced some big fights. We got Dustin Poirier versus Justin Gaethje for the BMF bout. You have what else he announced? He announced Sterling versus O'Malley in Boston, which is a very entertaining. I like that fight.
And it's a good location too. The Boston crowd always shows up. Right. It's been a while since the UFC's been in Boston.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to do everything I can to go to that fight. Boston's tight.
Yeah, Boston's a cool city.
Shout out Tiki, Aljamain Sterling's manager, Dustin Poirier's representative manager. He put those two fights together, so that guy's one of the best out there. So shout out Tiki. And then more big things happening that happened during this week was Jon Jones, Tyson Fury beefing.
Oh yeah,
right.
Oh yeah. So listen, Joe Rogan was right. Like, unless it's in a boxing ring, Jon Jones runs over Tyson Fury. I love Tyson Fury. I think he's hilarious. I think he's great for boxing. But if they actually fought in any other context, Jon Jones just runs through him, chokes him out in under 30 seconds.
I mean, it's kind of hard to. This to me isn't really a debate. It's not like a knock on Tyson Fury. He's just not a trained MMA fighter. He's not a trained wrestler. Like, I mean, if it's simple. If it's boxing, Fury, MMA, Jon Jones. It's like case settled, move on. But it's still hilarious nonetheless to see the back and forth that those two guys have had the past few days. So,
you guys think it's pretty cut and dry? Jon Jones beats Tyson Fury every time in the octagon. If they fight in MMA, Jon Jones wins every time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And if they box, Tyson Fury knocks him out. So
every time. To me, that's more certain than, Tyson Fury being in the octagon. If Tyson Fury were to box Jon Jones, Tyson Fury wins 10 out of 10 times. Jon Jones doesn't even come close to being able to hang with Tyson. Tyson Fury is one of the best heavyweight boxers of all time. But a lot of people aren't giving him a chance in the octagon. And let me tell you why I think Tyson Fury actually, and typically I would always say, hey, MMA guy beats up the boxer 99% of times. But Tyson Fury is special. The guy's a beast. He's 6'8". He's strong. But he's a beast right here mentally. Everyone's athletic. Everyone's strong. Everyone's good. But Tyson Fury is different up here. And he's an actual animal and believes in himself. And a lot of people forgot that he's trained with Nick Diaz. So Tyson Fury has rolled around and learned some grappling, jiu-jitsu from one of the greatest of all times, Nick Diaz. And I think if Tyson Fury were to link up with the Diaz brother and train for a year, I think he'd be able to stop some of, I don't know. I don't even know if a year of training is enough to stop Jon Jones' takedowns. But I think a year of training with the Diaz bros every day can get Tyson Fury in enough MMA shape to hold his own and possibly, all it takes is one punch. Hey, I can see Tyson Fury uppercut to Jon Jones, boom, out in the cage. Crowd going crazy. So I would actually like to see that fight. The shit talk is hilarious. I like both guys.
We better hope.
I'm a Jon Jones fan, but I think Tyson Fury has a chance in the octagon.
We better hope that Tyson Fury trains with Nick and Nate Diaz instead of Darren Till, because he was also training MMA with Darren Till. And they were practicing sprawls and grappling and stuff. And we all know Darren Till's grappling leaves a little something to be desired. So hopefully he follows the Diaz brothers' advice. And not Darren Till.
Both just educated me. I didn't know that he trained with Nick Diaz, and I had no idea that he was cool with Darren Till. You guys just got me.
That just goes to show,
video
of him. Darren Till's like making him do sprawl drills. Like he throws 1-2 sprawl, 1-2 sprawl. It's on his Instagram, I think.
That's sick.
Somebody probably gotta go
that
back.
goes to show that Tyson Fury is willing to step his feet and, get his feet wet in MMA and dabble in MMA. He's already dabbled with Nick Diaz, Darren Till. He's down. That's what I'm saying. Tyson Fury actually has a more than a small chance to beat Jon Jones in the octagon, and a lot of people are giving him no chance. But I'm not doubting Tyson Fury. The guy's never lost in the boxing ring. He's an absolute beast, and I think that can translate into. We've seen James Toney do it. We've seen a lot of boxers step into MMA, and they haven't had much success. But hey, Tyson Fury, listen. Or it can go the complete other way, and Jon Jones chokes him out in literally 10 seconds, standing guillotine choke. So it can go either way.
Yeah.
It might not even be a choke. He might get knocked out because Jon Jones, I think 2 or 3 leg kicks, and Tyson Fury's not going to know what to do.
That's true, too. Exactly. So you guys saw Ryan Garcia as a new trainer now, Derrick James.
Yeah.
After his loss to Tank Davis, I guess he fired his trainer. And now he hired Derrick James, which is Errol Spence's trainer. So now Errol Spence and Ryan Garcia are going to be working out at the same gym. It's fucking crazy. It's great. I think
it's awesome.
It's great news, especially a guy that trains a guy like Errol Spence, who's one of the best in the game. I think that's awesome. Obviously, I don't know everything about Joe Goosen, but obviously he was hired for a reason. But it never, I don't know, just anytime I watched like the training footage, it never felt like a great fit to me. It never felt like Ryan and Joe. I don't know. It just didn't seem like the right guy to usher Ryan into that fight. I think this is just like this is like the perfect career shift for Ryan. I think it's time for him to like reset, refocus, and just reprioritize and compartmentalize everything. I think this is like the perfect situation for him, especially with a guy like Errol Spence in the room.
Thanks. Yeah, like you said, career shift.
Yeah.
I actually think Joe Goosen was the right guy for that time, but now it's a different time in Ryan's career. He just took a loss. So I think Joe was good I think he won. I think it was 1-1 with Joe. I think he won a fight, or maybe it was 2-1. He either fought 2 or 3 fights with Joe. But this is huge. This shows a lot of maturity for Ryan Garcia. He's only 24 years old, and he's deciding to pick up and leave Southern California, go to Dallas, Texas, to train with Derrick James. Like that, it shows you all you need to see. He's taking his career extremely serious. And that's what, if you're a Ryan Garcia supporter or just a fan of boxing, that's what you want to see. You want to see these young stars, get more serious about their career rather than take these big checks, kind of cash out mentally and not take the sport as seriously. He's taking the sport super seriously now by moving to Dallas, Texas, like this, and getting that type of. He's going to be working out with Errol Spence, weekly. They're both going to get better off each other. So I'm actually super excited about this move, and I think that we're going to see the best Ryan Garcia is yet to come. So
I'm always a big advocate of fighters moving camps, training around. I think the guys who stick with one camp the whole time, one trainer the whole time, they're missing out on learning opportunities. So I'm really glad that Ryan's doing this.
Wow, Timmy has no loyalty. I don't agree with that. I like loyalty to a gym and a team, but I do understand bouncing around and learning from different trainers. But
you got to get different looks. That's the thing, because you might learn one thing from one guy that you wouldn't learn from another guy. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's make some people some money. The first fight I want to talk about is Andre Fialho. He's fighting Joaquin Buckley. Joaquin Buckley's going back down to welterweight. I believe he's been at welterweight before, but Fialho is a plus 180. Buckley is a minus 210. Everyone knows Buckley from his world famous knockout, his spinning back heel kick, Taekwondo shit that he did. What do you guys make of this fight?
You mind if I start first on this one, Cap?
I never mind.
So I'm excited for Joaquin because what I was going to say is there are some fighters where it makes sense when they change a weight class, like Poirier going up to lightweight. That was a big move. I really like the idea of Joaquin Buckley dropping down a weight class. I think it's just a great move for his career. Guy's super athletic. But Timmy, you did mention that he was sort of immortalized with that amazing spinning knockout. He was also immortalized recently in his last fight at middleweight, where he had kind of a viral photo of him getting knocked out by Chris Curtis, and it wasn't the best look. But I think this is a great fit for him. This is one of the fights that I was looking at on this card where I would put the most money down. I really believe in Joaquin Buckley in this fight. And I just love the idea of him at welterweight. I think he's a good matchup for this guy. I wouldn't say bet the house on Buckley, but I would put a nice piece of change on him.
All right. I like it.
One more time, Timmy.
Fialho is a plus 180 and Buckley is a minus 210 favorite.
Buckley's a minus 210. And what's Fialho's record?
They're both coming off back-to-back losses. Fialho is Fialho is 16-6 and Buckley is 15-6. But it's worth noting that Buckley has a lot more fights in the UFC.
That is worth noting. They're both trying to avoid a 3-fight losing streak. I think the best thing Buckley has going for him is his energy. He's always going to be like a guy who, likes to talk a little bit. He's entertaining. He's either going to knock someone out or get knocked out. I saw the face-off this morning. The Fialho didn't really say nothing. He was kind of just quiet approach. Buckley was trying to talk some shit to him, which I like.
He looked big next to Buckley, though. I do want to note that he looked a lot taller.
If you guys are fans of this betting show, which I hope you guys are, you guys know that sometimes I opt out of fights because, unlike my co-host, I'm truly here to try to make you guys some money, and I don't give picks unless I am sure. You know what I mean? So this one, I'm kind of unsure. I'm not going to tell you guys to bet one way or the other. My betting advice is not to touch it. Give me shoes.
Fair enough. I like Buckley in this fight because Fialho is good at one thing, that is boxing, and he has to be able to use his boxing. Buckley has more tools. He's got great kicking. He's got good taekwondo. He's got good boxing. I like Buckley. You got to go with the guy who has more ways to win. So moving right along.
You're going Buckley and Jesse's going Buckley. Okay, cool.
Yep.
Yeah, and I'm trying to make you money too. I know that I'm a little bit more cavalier with my picks sometimes, but I am still trying to make you some money. I do believe in my picks.
Because I'm really trying to make you guys some money. So you know what I mean? When I give you a pick, it's solidified.
I'm not saying bet the house, but hey, bet your mortgage. No, bet a couple $100, win $100. That's how I'm looking at it.
Next fight in the co-main event, we got Edmen Shabazyan versus Anthony Hernandez. Now, Edmen Shabazyan, he was once a very highly touted prospect. He finally changed camps. He was with Edmen Tarvarian, I believe is his name. I keep on wanting to call him a Targaryen. Ronda Rousey's head coach, who has a very bad, reputation in the fight game. And he is fighting Anthony Hernandez, who's a Dana White Contender Series product. And the odds are Shabazyan is a plus 160 underdog. Hernandez is a minus 190 favorite. You guys got opinions about this fight?
Well, Shabazyan switched camps. Now you said he's training in Vegas. I always see him at the where?
Sorry, I said finally, just because I've been wanting him to change camps for a long time.
Yeah, so he's training out. Well, I'm blanking on the name there. What's the
America's Top Team? Who's he with now?
The famous training center the UFC provides for
it's Extreme Couture. Extreme Couture.
The PI. Yeah, but he's always working out at the PI with different people.
But isn't he with Extreme Couture now? Is that who he switched to?
Yes, he's with Extreme Couture, yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Well, regardless, he puts in a lot of training hours at the PI. I see this on social media. Give me the odds of this fight again.
Anthony Hernandez minus 190 favorite, and Shabazyan is a plus 160 underdog.
Wow. And fill me in on Hernandez real quick. Why is he the favorite? What's his record? How many is he on a winning streak, losing streak?
He's on a winning streak right now, 3-fight win streak. He just came off a big win off the French Canadian guy, Marc-Andre Barriou. He's a good submission artist. He's got great BJJ skills, and I think that's probably why he's the favorite, because Shabazyan's more of a striker. Hernandez is more of a grappler.
He's 10-2. Wow. I'm looking him up right now.
He's 10-2. He's got a bunch of submissions. He's only got one knockout win on his record. So most of his wins come by decisions or submissions. So
Oh, he
I
fought
think
Kevin Holland. He lost to Kevin Holland.
Yep. Yeah, he got kneed by Kevin Holland.
But he beat Brendan Allen, who's a decent UFC fighter. So,
yep.
Wow. Okay. That's good to know. I need to do my research on Hernandez. I looked at his record. I'm going with Edmen. That
Very
is
nice. I like it.
I'm going with Edmen. Edmen's, I always like to go with the Diaz connection. He's been putting in some work with Nick Diaz at the PI, believe it or not. He's been putting in work with the Diaz brother then. And he's been putting in work with Marvin Vettori. He's been training with a bunch of names. I like Shabazyan's training circle and who he's training with, and I think he's getting a lot of, like we're talking about earlier, a lot of different looks. And at plus 160, 170, plus 180, whatever, he's a plus, and he has a good solid chance to win. Throw down, as a gambling guy would say, how many units, Jesse? Throw down a couple units.
Yeah. What do we mean by is units? Is it $10 a unit, or what is a unit? Is $100 a unit?
I hate when those gambling guys start talking about units or stuff.
Because I would say if I said 50 units, I would say that'd mean $50. I would put, I like a $50 bet. I agree with you.
They like to talk about your bankrolls,
right.
Bet 50% of your bankroll. Listen, put $100 on Shabazyan and thank me later.
I agree. I like Shabazyan in this fight, and I have to be fully transparent here to people that are betting their money based on what I'm saying. I do have a bit of a bias because Edmen Shabazyan was one of my first guests of interviewing people for Inside Fighting, and I got a chance to talk to him. Really liked talking to him. We talked about switching camps and what that meant to him because he was fresh off of beating Dolce Lunkembula, and it was TKO, and he beat him. And so we talked about how switching camps has sort of changed his mindset and changed his strategy and just how he feels as a fighter. And he clearly was in a different state of mind than he was the previous 3 fights, which he had lost. But, he lost to some good fighters. He lost to Nasruddin Imavov. He lost to Jack Hermanson and Derek Brunson, guys that are quality fighters. That's so they did streamline him to some pretty heavy competition. He's taken a step back. He's changing camps. He's hitting the reset button. And I do like him in this fight. I think that the odds are great. These are great odds to put a decent bet down on Edmen. And he's from getting a chance to talk to him, he seems like a guy that's got his head in the right space. He seems like a humble guy. And I would absolutely put like $100, 100 units down on Edmen Shabazyan.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Very nice. I'm going to go with you guys too. I like Edmen. I think, it's easy to forget the guy's only 25. He got thrown into the fire so young. Now they're building him up. I think this is a good test for him. He really struggled against the grappling against guys like Hermanson and Brunson, but now he's got a chance to sort of get some of that mojo back, prove that he can hang with these grapplers at middleweight. And I don't know. I think just at plus 160, those odds are just, you gotta risk it because I think Shabazyan has good chances. I think he can win on the feet. Right, and in the main event, we've got 2 veterans.
Wait, hold on. I always like to do. Sorry to interrupt you, Timmy. I like to do a little recap. So for Shabazyan, we're going 3-0. We're all picking Edmen Shabazyan at plus 160.
Correct.
If you're trying to make some money, you got the 3 of us. Listen, if he loses, we're all fucking bozos.
Yep.
But Edmen Shabazyan, we're all rolling. Anthony Hernandez, impressive record. I like that he beat Brandon Allen, but when we're talking odds, Shabazyan's been trending the right way. So we're going to give Shabazyan one more chance. And he dumped head movement, right? So that's all.
Yeah, he dumped head movement. Thank goodness. And,
the head movement guy is hilarious.
Yeah, the head movement guy. Oh, my God. Anyway, main event, we've got veterans of the UFC women's strawweights. We've got Mackenzie Dern coming off a loss against Yan Xiaonan, and Angela Hill, who's coming off back-to-back wins. Let's see. We got Mackenzie Dern as a minus 175 favorite, and Angela Hill is a plus 150 underdog. So it's pretty close on the money line. What do you guys make of this fight?
And give me the odds one more time. It's like pick 'em almost?
It's not almost pick 'em, but they're still pretty close. It's minus 175 for Dern and plus 150 for Hill.
Oh, minus 170. You got it. It's Dern's almost a 2-1 favorite.
Yeah.
I think Dern's going to win this fight. They're both UFC veterans. If we're talking grappling, jiu-jitsu, Dern. Advantage Dern. If we're talking kicks, advantage Hill. If we're talking strikes, punching, I think they're even, with Dern possibly slightly better because she's been training with Jason Perillo the last 2 or 3 years. Whenever she switched to boxing coach Jason Perillo, her hands got an immediate improvement. Mackenzie Dern used to not have very good boxing, and then we've seen her progress with her boxing over her last few fights, and all of a sudden she has hands. And I attribute that to her training and working hard. And, Jason Perillo has trained BJ Penn, Tito Ortiz, Michael Bisping, Luke Rockhold, Chito Vera. Jason Perillo has an impressive resume of fighters. And now Mackenzie Dern for the last 2 years. So I'm going with Dern. I think she has an advantage on the ground, obviously, and I think on her feet, as long as she stops Hill's kicks, I think she'll be able to get the job done. Bet Dern.
Look, I'm not here to. I'm not gonna question Andrew's fight analysis here. So I'm also going with Dern, but I have very different reasons. And you should. I just want to be clear and upfront. You should not bet your money based on the reasons I'm about to give you. However, Mackenzie Dern is Mark Zuckerberg's favorite fighter. And so Mark Zuckerberg's a very smart guy. So Mark Zuckerberg's a big fan. And Mark Zuckerberg literally rented out the UFC Apex to go watch Mackenzie Dern fight just a couple months ago. So for that reason alone, I'm going to go with Dern just because she's kind of she's very popular in the MMA community. And for certain reasons. And if Mark Zuckerberg, one of the smartest guys, whether you love him or you hate him, he is one of the smartest guys in the world. If he loves Mackenzie Dern, then I'm going to take her as well. And I also just look at the records. Dern is 12-3. Hill is 15-13 or something like that. I'll take Dern in this one.
Angela Hill's a great fighter. And just for clarification, his last name is Zuckerberg.
Did I not say Zuckerberg?
No, it just sounds like you're calling him Zuckerberg.
Oh, right. Or Zuck. I'll call, yeah.
Zuckerberg. My wife started getting mad at. She got mad at me for that comment. I filmed the podcast here at home. My wife is grunting about that because she didn't like that comment.
All right. Well, she's a smart woman.
Smart woman.
Yeah.
She grunted when I said that, but he was calling him Zuckerberg. My bad. We're going off topic here.
Listen, I like Dern. I think the grappling is going to be the difference. I think actually Hill has the advantage on the feet, but I think Dern is going to be able to find a way to take it down. She was even able to, threaten submissions against Yan Xiaonan, even though she lost. Dern is tough. Hill is very tough. I think if it stays standing, Hill, but I think Dern takes her down, gets work done on the ground.
Love that. So we're 3-0 on Dern.
3-0 on Dern, 3-0 on Shabazyan.
Dern by fake accent. Let's go.
Then a Joaquin Buckley. Who did you choose? Buckley, Timmy?
2-0-1.
I did choose Buckley. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But we got some boxing, and this is actually, Jesse mentioned that it's flown under the radar. But if you think about it, this is a really good boxing fight. Devin Haney is fighting Vasiliy Lomachenko, and Devin Haney is a -270 favorite. And Lomachenko is a +220. So, Vegas thinks Lomachenko might be over the hill. Devin Haney's a little bit younger, a little bit crisper. What do you guys think of this fight?
If you guys watch our gambling show, I do locks of the nights, locks of the weekends. I say bet your entire fortune and your family's fortune, everything bet your legacy, everything you're worth on certain fights. And I'm always right usually. My last weekend's lock of the night came through. Which was what? What was my lock last weekend, Timmy?
I'm drawing blanks here. I don't know.
Who fought last weekend? There was an easy lock that
UFC fights? Was it
or was it boxing?
Who fought last weekend? It was UFC.
It was Almeida.
Almeida,
yeah. Was my lock. Almeida was my lock. Hey, Almeida got the first round submission. Thank you, Jesse. But Almeida was my lock. This weekend, I did not have a lock. I was only bringing that up because I don't have a lock. I only give real locks. I don't have a lock. This boxing fight is very close. I'm going to go Devin Haney. I've already talked too much. I'm going to pass it over to Jesse Rowe. I'm going with Devin Haney because this is why you should bet Devin Haney. Size. He's taller, bigger head. He's just bigger. And they both have phenomenal skills. Lomachenko's a Ukrainian warrior. Literally, the guy fought in the war for Ukraine. He's literally a Ukrainian warrior. Devin Haney's a young beast, but he's big. And he's technical. The one fault that people might have at Devin Haney is that he doesn't punch hard, doesn't have much power. He's just like soft jabs, defense. He's like,
pillow hands.
Pillow hand. I didn't want to call him that, but
yeah, that's what they call him online. Pillow hands.
But Devin Haney is very technical. Lomachenko is very technical. I could see Lomachenko pulling it off. I wouldn't even. These are tough fights to call to pick for you gamblers. So proceed with caution, bet with caution. My pick is Haney. Take it to Jesse.
I'm taking Haney, and I'm willing to go as far as saying this is my lock. I do believe that Haney will win this fight. All the respect in the world to Vasiliy Lomachenko, who, like Cap said, and I was going to mention, literally gave up on a chance to fight for the belts in Australia a couple of years back, or a year back, whatever it was, to go fight in Ukraine, fight for his country. He literally relinquished that opportunity to fight for championship belts, to go fight for his country. The man deserves all the respect in the world. I've learned a lot about him this week that I didn't know before. And he's an incredible fighter, incredible boxer, but Haney is much younger. Lomachenko is, I believe, 36. He's in the later stage of his career. He's smaller. Haney is 24, 25. Incredible shape. I just believe the time is now for Devin Haney. This reminds me a little bit of the Plant versus Benavidez fight, where I think it's going to be a really good fight, but I think that in the late rounds it'll just be too much, and it'll start to wear on Loma. And I would put a decent chunk of change on Haney coming out victorious, and this is my lock of the week.
Lock of the week.
Nice.
Before you give us your pick, Timmy, I do want to. He reminded me of something. It is his lock of the week, because before our viewers, we're so thankful and grateful that they're tuning in. I do want to give I always like to give a little behind the scenes knowledge, a little insight that I have on the side, so if you stuck around this late in the episode, I did speak to a very high level boxing reporter. I won't be giving names. He's a source of mine. He does say Devin Haney's leaving Top Rank. So after this fight, he's with Top Rank right now. Lomachenko's with Top Rank. So he says, because Devin Haney's, leaving Top Rank, look out for the judges. Look out. This is the Top Rank promotion. There could be some there. So before you bet the house or on Devin Haney, because he is the younger, bigger, better boxer at this point, keep everything in mind. Devin Haney's leaving Top Rank, and we know how sometimes in boxing stuff could be funny. In a good way. I like the funny business. Sometimes robberies are some of the most entertaining. We keep coming back as fans to keep buying these pay-per-views. So as long as I'm not getting robbed, sometimes they're fun to watch. But that's a funny take, though, right? But listen, be careful.
That's interesting. I didn't think about that. That's interesting.
Yeah. Devin Haney's leaving Top Rank, and this is a Top Rank promotion. So if it goes to decision, anything could happen.
Yeah.
And so you gamblers out there, we're giving you this insight because you stuck around with us towards the end of the show. Thank you very much. Timmy, take it away.
Well, with that insider knowledge, I think I'm going to go with Lomachenko. Now, I was going to go. I was going to go with Lomachenko anyway. It's a sentimental pick. I do think Devin Haney probably wins, but I don't want to pick against Lomachenko because he was a guy who made boxing interesting again back in the day when boxing was a little stale. His footwork, the way his angles and stuff. I really like. That's just stuff as a fight fan. You love to look at how he moves his feet, how he finds angles. And, he's not the guy that he used to be anymore. So I can see Devin Haney winning the fight. But I want Lomachenko to win. And I know I got the insider knowledge now. So let's go with Lomachenko.
Let's go, judges. Let's go, judges.
Hey, so you're saying Lomachenko, though, and you were talking about footwork. Another fun fact is I think that's Max Holloway's favorite boxer is Lomachenko. I think I heard it. I think they asked him who's he studier in boxing, who's he like in boxing. I think he said he liked Lomachenko.
One of the best videos is Loma telling his opponent to come into the corner and start throwing punches at him. It's a great video if you haven't seen it.
Fire.
Yeah.
There's a video of TJ Dillashaw and Lomachenko sparring too.
Oh wow,
That's a good one. Yeah.
we should post
Dillashaw is
that.
another
Let's
guy.
find
really
that.
good.
That's sick. That's
Yeah.
sick. All right.
Instagram, you can
So
find
I'm
it.
going Haney. Jesse's going
Haney.
and you're going Lomachenko.
Correct.
We
You
all
got a
got good but don't bet a lot, people. Listen, this is not a weekend for my gamblers out there. You're gonna kill it. I think you pick one fight and go in on one fight. Don't spread it out versus multiple fights. Don't.
If you don't want to pick these fights straight up, Timmy might have a little parlay for you, right?
No, I didn't do a super parlay.
Oh,
this
okay.
week,
All right.
All the fights are close. It's like Cap said, like
Smart.
We're not here to give bad advice.
My front gate is calling me. Hold on, guys. Hello? Yeah, I'll buzz you in. Thank you.
Jesse Rowe is a very busy man. Very important.
Jesse Rowe's buzzing in his weed delivery right now.
That's right.
No, who you buzzing in, bro?
UPS delivery.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, listen, I like that you're not giving out some bogus ass super parlay this week, Timmy. Ain't no one trying to listen to that shit. But
when they start hitting, I'll start sharing them again. They haven't been hitting.
This is why this is the best betting gambling show on the web, because we're not here to bullshit. We're here to give you genuine, real picks that we believe are going to make you money.
Facts.
And this weekend is too close to call. We're not going to give some bogus parlay. You're going to lose your fucking money. So listen, when we got big locks and you guys want to make big money, we'll let you know. This weekend's not the weekend. Throw a little something on Mackenzie Dern, a little something on Edmen Shabazyan, a little something on the grill, light a little something, cook a little something, kick back and relax. This ain't the big money weekend. Bet the Lakers. Lakers in game 3 over Nuggets. That's my gambling advice.
That's a lock. NBA wants LeBron to play a game 6 or a 7. That game is a lock.
Lakers over Nuggets game 3. That's what you're betting this weekend. All right, guys. Thanks for joining.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. You can find us InsideFighting.com. We're on the socials, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. You know where to find us. Thanks for watching. Peace.
Hey, the people want to know your Instagram. Shoes, what's your Instagram?
It's at Timmy Shoes MMA.
Brother,
Fuck
I
Timmy.
put that shit up on the screen.
Oh, no, that's true.
That's our name.
Oh, yeah. He's right. All right, thank you. He's right. He does put it on the screen.
All right. Later, boys.
Let me tell you something about Andrew. This is my boy right here. You disrespect him, you're disrespecting me.
Inside fighting, Sean inside fighting.